What's up, y'all? This is Ty. I am here to review season 2, episodes 11 and 12 of Tyler Perry's Beauty and Black, which is streaming right now on Netflix. And the episodes are titled Fed Up and Flames of Fury. But before I get into this review, I have to give a shout out to my subscribers because I know y'all are disgusted with me because have been terribly inconsistent. These review, I'm not up here like I'm supposed to be. I should be up here every week, and I got to get my act together. So I do apologize to y'all. Listen, pray for me, and I'll pray for you. I'll pray for you. You pray for me. I love you. I need you to survive. I won't harm you with words from my mouth. I love you. I need you to survive. I don't know why I'm busting into songs. Why are you busting into songs and gospel songs while you're about to review Beauty and Black? I'm sorry, y'all. You see, this is the problem here. Just all over the place. But anyway, shout outs to my subscribers, June BLC, LaRonda Jackson, Simply Be Yourself 100, Karima Khadija, Lamar Simpson, your boy Coy, and all the rest of you wonderful, awesome people. Thank you for holding me down. And listen, I'm going to do better. I'm going to do better. I promise I'm going to do better. Okay. I need you to survive. It is His will that every need be supplied. You are important to me. I need you to survive. What you say? You are important to me. I need you to survive. Okay, enough. Okay, let's get to this review. All right. Okay, we got Mallory, Felicia, and Roy, and this foolishness that's going on here. Roy in the back of I was about to say the Pink. He's in the back of the Delinda's, whatever the name of the strip club is, and that nasty area where you go in the parking lot and have sex in your car with strangers. Gross. All these people all in the parking lot, all outside. No, get a room. Y'all all outside. But anyway, Mallory catches him and she flips out. Surprisingly, I didn't think she was going to flip out because I thought all this time she just married him for the money and it was no love the way she be talking to him. And she too was tipping and dipping on her own with the driver, last season. Which, by the way, where's the driver? Where's he? What's going on with him? But anyway, she was pissed off. She goes out there and she's ready to tussle and beat Felicia down. And I'm like, this is just crazy right here. This is absolutely madness. And then Roy was so disrespectful. Roy was like, I ain't done. And he's like, you could go on about your business. Go ahead. And he said he's going to stay behind and continue to get it on in the parking lot. Nobody has no class. Just no class at all. I'm not judging, but I'm just saying no class at all. Meanwhile, we got Olivia, dirty old Olivia. We done found out that she tried to rob Horace. Then she robbed her own son, and then was mad when it wasn't enough money for whatever she needed. And I'm like, what she need all this money for? What's going on? What's the problem? She got a crack habit or something? What was she on drugs? No. Turns out she owes some other people some money. And I'm like, and I'm like, with all this power and influence you have, you should have just went to one of you should have asked him. Well, she wasn't going to ask Horace, but she could have asked her brother-in-law. He would have helped her. Maybe, probably. I think he even mentioned trying to help her, but whatever. So she's in her home and in comes these menacing people. And Olivia she was quite shook. And, you know, these henchmen and this one woman comes in and they're like, where's the money, ho? Basically. And she's like, I'm going to have your money. I'm going to have your money. And then it was, I said, what they going to do? Cut off her fingers? I'm like, how y'all abusing this old lady like that? And, you know, I'm like, oh, my goodness, don't do this to Angie, because I still call her Angie from when she's on All My Children. Those of you who know, and she was in Power, too, but those of you who know that's where you know her from. All My Children back in the day. I used to watch that with my mama. But anyway, poor Olivia, they do her like, do y'all remember the movie Misery? Kathy Bates. And Kathy Bates took the victim, the writer, and she took that sledgehammer to his ankles. Well, in this one, these thugs take that hammer to Olivia's knee, and they just go to work on her. And I was like, wow, why y'all do that to that old lady? But I didn't feel too sorry for her. You know why I didn't feel sorry for her? Because she stole from her own son, and that could have went bad. Having them people come over there and do that could have really went bad. And it's like, I don't know, these people just don't be thinking. It's crazy. Then we have Jules and Kimmy. Jules has a conversation with Kimmy, and Kimmy's telling him she ain't have nothing to do with anything. And, you know, and he had the nerve to be upset with her and tell her she didn't have no sympathy. All the things that he has done to this woman, and you're going to tell her she have no sympathy. Why would she have sympathy for you, Jules, and all the things that you've done? And, you know, come on, get out of here. And his son is hanging by the thread, and, you know, we know he's hanging by the thread right now, and he's pissed off, but he's letting her know, listen, if I find out you had anything to do with this, you going down, you're going down, you're going down. Then we got Crazy Angel. My mom always told me, and the elders in my family always said, you can always tell when somebody ain't used to nothing. Get a little money and don't know how to act. Ain't nothing wrong with splurging and treating yourself, but Angel's acting like a plumb fool. He out in the clubs. He got the fancy car. He's popping bottles. He's on social media. What's with these people that got it? Why everything got to be on camera? Why you got to do everything? He's on camera, flossing, flashing. That's how you get robbed. That's how you get in trouble. That's how you get beat up. You're bringing too much attention to yourself. You're doing too much, and you're overdoing it. That's how you go broke quick. Ain't used to nothing. But it ain't his money. He said, I'm chilling. Nobody know how to tell. Nobody can get him to calm down. Rain tried to calm him down. Dude, you're doing too much. And he was doing way too much, having too much of a good time. But all of that came to a screeching halt because while he's acting stupid, his baby mother, her friend actually worked at the club and called her up. And the girl was like, what? And she comes down to make a scene. Now, this is what I didn't understand about Angel's baby mother. There was a few scenes back, maybe last season, where he came to her and tried to offer her some money. And she was pretty much like, get out of my face. I want nothing to do with you. Now she's all, what? He in the club spending money and I got bills to pay. What's going on? Which one is it? Total inconsistent. Now she mad and she go in there and she make a scene, but that didn't work. He didn't care nothing about her being there. He argued with her. He didn't care. But Horace, all the way over there in Italy, who's getting treatment for his cancer, he sees it. And Horace is like, you know what? Cut his money off. Cut the cards off. Get over there. Rough him up. Scare him up. And I was cracking up at this whole ordeal because I'm saying to myself, Horace is acting like a rich, jealous boyfriend. He don't want his young tenderoni out in these streets splurging his money and out there spending all his money on these whores and all this stuff. I said, this is crazy. And it was. And then another highlight in this episode for me that I thought was very, very entertaining and interesting was Felicia and Roy decide, as if the scene in the backyard or in the parking lot of the club was not enough. Felicia, you gonna go home with this man? You saw the way this woman behaved. You gonna go home? You gonna still mess with her? Now you in the house and he telling, oh yeah, you wanna come in here, this, that, and the third, and you know. Just stupid, just completely stupid. And he's in there with her. He decides that he's gonna have bring her to the house. That was Felicia not too bright either. So they go on, they getting the foreplay and all that. You gotta bring this woman into your house and then put her in your wife's bed. And why did he do that? Mallory was home. Mallory came. Mallory took I was like, what is she doing? She went and got a chain and chained the door shut, got in the car and rammed the car into the side of the building, which was in the bedroom where they are, and caused a fire. And that's how that episode ended. And I was like, okay. And then that's how that episode ended. But we move into episode 12, Flames of Fury. That's why, I guess that's why it's called Flames of Fury. The house is on fire. And Mallory, now this was crazy to me because the house is on fire now because the explosion from the car going into the bedroom, and Roy and Felicia in there stuck in the room because they can't get out the front, they can't get out the bedroom door, and I guess the car's blocking the other way in the fire. And now the place is burning, and Mallory's sitting there smoking a cigarette. And I was like, is this humanly possible? It made for a funny scene, but I was like, she'd be choking herself. She in it. I thought that was hilarious. And as that's going on, Horace done sent the henchmen to go after his boyfriend and shoot up the place and scare the bejesus out of Angel. But this was good for Angel. Now Angel is shook. And this makes Alex like, wait a minute, what's going on? This makes Alex like, hold on now. Why is he tripping like this on Angel? And he says, you know what? This makes me think. And he's right. He's like, that must be his boo thing. And I thought that was funny. But he really taught him a lesson, and that was crazy. And all of that was just madness right there. But the funny parts about this episode with that was the way Angel behaved. Now you shook. Now you want to make it up to Horace so badly and all this craziness. And I was just like, this is just stupid. This is just madness. Now you want to learn your lesson after spending all that money. And then the funny part was Horace told him, you better get your ass home. You better be home in 30 minutes if you not there. And now he shook because, hello, you were dealing with a cold-blooded killer. These very, very powerful people. Why would you think it would be okay to go out and spend that money and act that stupid? Now you got to make it up to him. So he got to get back. he got to get back home. And then Rain is being taken home by Alex. And then they ended up, they was like, no, you got to come back and get me. But they ain't moving fast enough for him, because then they stop and they see that Roy's house is on fire. And that's when Alex goes over there to help get Roy and Felicia out of the house. And I'm like, oh my goodness, they're choking and gagging. Felicia, learn your lesson. Leave this man alone. This is nothing but trouble. It's crazy. And that's really ridiculous. Then we have, okay, let's see where I want to go with this. Mallory, after Alex breaks them up, Mallory makes her way on over to Alex. And, you know, she's like, she's going to stay with him. And she tries to have sex with him. And what happens? Roy comes in there, stops that. And now Mallory damn near shoots at him. So I'm like, when are you going to learn? The lady tried to kill you twice now. Then this is just crazy. She tried to kill you twice. I'm like, this is crazy and ridiculous. Meanwhile, we got, speaking of crazy and ridiculous and jealous, we got Charles coming to Varney's house. And when he goes to Varney's house, he sees that Varney has company. Because, see, back down at the club, Varney ran into this stripper who was flirting with him, but the stripper also says he needs help. Because turns out this same stripper, right? This stripper has a sister who also worked at the club, and she just so happened to be the same girl that was with Rain when Rain killed that other lady. And so that's all that's that ball of confusion right there. And Varney had the nerve to not Varney. Charles had the nerve to be jealous and want, look at me. I know, terrible. But he had the nerve to be jealous and didn't want that guy over there. I was like, this is just outrageous. And that's another relationship. I need Varney to leave this family alone. Charles treats you like crap. What are you doing dealing with this dude? He treats you like crap. He uses you, abuses you. Leave him alone. So that's what I think you need to do. You need to leave him alone. And then we have Varney talking to Mallory and telling Mallory there's more to the story. There's more things going on because he's made the connections with this young man, this stripper and all that. And he's starting to put two and two together and learn about the whole things, the whole situation with the club and the connection between the club and Jules and Roy and all that. He's learned all these different things. Also, we got Varney, we got Kimmy telling Varney, hurry up and get this will done because Jules, get this will finalized and get all that stuff finalized because I'm like a sitting duck right now, she's saying, because he could probably harm us if all this stuff ain't in place. And remember, we had in the episodes before that, Roy telling Varney to postpone things. But in this one, she telling him, make sure you get this stuff done and get it done on time. And I'm like, okay, that's crazy. And then the thing that made me laugh in this episode was the way Rain was teasing Angel about Horace and how nervous Angel was. That made me laugh a lot. That was really funny because he didn't learn his lesson. I know I'm going back. He didn't learn his lesson. He's stupid. And now he's like shook because he don't know what Horace is going to do to him. And he's like, oh my God, what should I say? What should I do? This, that, and the third. And she's just laughing. He doesn't find it funny, but she finds it hilarious. And then what pisses me the most off in this episode was Kimmy's stupid little sister. Oh my gosh, Sylvie, I want to smack her. She decides that she has to go to the hospital to see Jules' son and put herself in danger. And that, folks, pissed me off. But I will say this second half of season 2 is still quite entertaining. They're pissing me off, so that means I'm entertained. They're pissing me off with the dumb decisions they're making because I'm trying to understand why you going over there. I'm trying to understand why Varney keeps letting himself be mistreated. It's just, the foolishness just never ends. But that's my review of episodes 11 and 12. I know I'm a mess. I know. I promise y'all, I'm going to get it all together. I'm going to get it right. But thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you all in the next video.